Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is The Inspiration Show. Today on the show I have a very special guest. You may recognize her from The Secret or from Oprah or from the Steve Harvey Show or the Today Show or Starting Over or from any of her online and live workshops. But today my special guest is the amazing Ms. Lisa Nichols. How are you, Lisa?
I'm wonderful, sweetie. How are you doing? So happy to be with you.
Yeah, so happy to see you again. Now, today we're going to be talking about abundance. I know that you have a new book coming out, and it's not just a book, it's a whole movement.
Yeah.
So why don't we start a little bit for people who maybe not be familiar with you, a little about your story and how you got to this amazing platform and talking to people about abundance these days.
Well, I definitely didn't start in abundance. It was really, I think that so many people have interviewed me and asked me, what led you to this, expecting me to talk about self-development. I saw Jack Canfield or Bob Proctor or someone, and really I was a mom, a single mom who was both broke and broken, and I needed to transform my life. I came to this path because, Natalie, I needed to be my own rescue. I needed to give myself a chance. I'm an ordinary woman who simply every day chose to make one more extraordinary decision. And I'm that C average student that didn't get anything higher than the C plus in school. I'm that girl that in college I got a fail in English. My English teacher told me, quote unquote, "You are the weakest writer I've ever met in my entire life." So I'm that little engine that could. I'm that woman, that person who said, wait a minute, there's more in me than I'm seeing. And I don't want to get to the end of my journey and say I played at 70%. And so I wasn't an exemplary student. I wasn't an advanced leadership student. I wasn't an exemplary employee. I got fired from 5 different jobs in my 20s. 5 different jobs. So I tell people I figured out what I was good at by crossing off first what I was really bad at. And then I got to my gifts. So I represent that little engine that could. I represent that person who says, wait a minute, don't count me out. I might have gotten knocked down several times, but as long as I get up one more time than I've been knocked down, I'll be okay. And then that's how I led to abundance. Like, really, there's true abundance on the other side of all of that.
Yeah. So what is your definition of abundance?
First of all, I recognize that abundance isn't for just some people. It's not just for those people over there. It's not just for a select few. Abundance, first of all, is for everyone. Every single one of us has a birthright to abundance. Very important. Secondly, abundance isn't something that you go get. You don't go get abundant relationships. You transform your current relationships. You don't go get abundant spirituality or abundant health. You transform your current spirituality and current health. You don't go get abundant finances. You become a good steward of the money you have inside your being now, and then you attract more. So abundance is something that you expand, not something you go get. Abundance is a 360 experience. It's not just about money. It's about health, relationships, self-awareness, and finances. True abundance. I know a lot of wealthy people who are not abundant. They're just wealthy, but they don't have an abundant life. Abundance is a 360 experience in every important part of your life. Spirituality, health, relationships, and finance.
Right. So it sounds like you're saying that for us to be abundant in every area of our life, we have to show up as that first before it'll start to appear or be attracted to us.
Absolutely. You have to be willing to see what's first in your life that you expand. Like, gratitude expands what you have. You can't go get something when you're not living, loving, and being grateful for what you have. So I am saying abundance is something that you expand in your now, which is why the book is called Abundance Now. It's not abundance later when you get it all right. It's not abundance around the corner when you achieve your goals. It's abundance now. Abundance is something you expand in your current space, and then you attract more of it. Like attracts like. You want great love? You celebrate the loves in your life greatly, and more great love will come. You want more money? You honor and celebrate the money, become a financial, a responsible fiscal steward of your existing money. And so I am saying that. I'm saying exactly that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, and you know, our community has, you know, knows all about gratitude, and how important that is, and how important it is to be a daily practice. But what other actions can we take to be able to create a 360-degree experience of abundance in our life?
Absolutely. So a couple of key points is, number one, abundant thinkers think differently than average thinkers. Just
Right.
understand that. Like, that's just a rude truth. Abundant thinkers have a different way of thinking. So a couple of ways, I'll tell you some secrets. A
Yeah.
couple of, and that are not secrets actually. But I'll tell you a couple of things. Abundant thinkers don't just celebrate the macro wins, they celebrate the micro wins first. So micro wins lead to macro wins, smaller wins. So they celebrate themselves more often, more frequently, so that they keep up the energy to want to get to the macro win. Abundant thinkers don't spend dollar time on penny tasks.
Mm.
Abundant thinkers don't spend their dollar time on penny tasks. Third, abundant thinkers make their decisions based on knowledge, not longing. Meaning they make their major decisions based on information, not emotion. While there may be emotion included in it, I love that decision. The decision isn't being based on just love. It's based on factual, black and white information. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So, because that's the thing. I mean, a lot of us are, you know, especially if we, let's take the money, for example. So we're in a place of lack. We're sitting at our desk and we're looking at all these bills, and all we can see is what's in front of us.
Yeah.
So all we can see is the bills that are in front of us. So how do we get from that energetic space
Right.
to an abundant mindset?
Absolutely. So first of all, abundant thinkers don't allow their now moment to dictate their future. Like, I've had some pretty crappy nows, but I knew that my next decision creates my next now. So we don't get stuck. We don't take out real estate in the ugly moment. We don't take out real estate in the emotion. So I tell people, listen, if you have to go through the valley, if you have to go through a dark time, go through the dark time. Don't take out real estate. Don't do a rent to own. Don't do a lease option buy in the valley. So abundant thinkers, they go through an uncomfortable place, but they keep going. Now, about bills, abundant thinkers focus more on raising their top line while they're managing their bottom line. So managing your bottom line is learning how to reduce your expenses. So abundant thinkers, we learn how to manage our bottom line, but we spend our attention on raising our top line, increasing and bringing in more revenue. You would be amazed at how much money and prosperity there is for us to generate and create if we got creative. If we begin to look at what solution am I the problem to, what thing am I gifted at, what do people need that I can help supply. And so abundant thinkers don't just manage those bills in front of them. They also manage the money that's out there that they haven't even tapped into yet. They do both.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And I think that the easiest way for us to start to look at that long-term vision is what you just said, is gratitude. That gets us into higher vibration, so we can actually see solutions rather than focusing on the
Absolutely.
on the no.
When I sit in bed in the morning, I have to come up with 10 things I'm grateful for, and none of them can cost any money before I get out of bed. And I just sit there, and sometimes I come up with 25. Sometimes I bring myself to tears when I think about it and I talk about it and I recite it. And when you do that, you start your day full. So everything that occurs in that day sits on top of all that you're grateful for. Gratitude grows what's great. Gratitude grows what's great. Gratitude is the magnet for more abundance, and gratitude is also the repellent for scarcity and lack.
Right. So, and I'm assuming that an abundant life, a truly abundant life, is also a life where we get to live our passion as well.
Oh my God. So an abundant life is a life where you recognize your gifts. You sit in your gifts. And your gifts may not be standing on a big stage and speaking. Your gift could be the gift of listening, the gift of creativeness, the gift of artwork, the gift of working with children, the gift of being my dad has the gift of being one of the most phenomenal fathers. He literally is not just a father to me and my brother and my sister, but he literally has become a father to every person that's come in my tribe that happens to not have had their dad around. So if you haven't had your dad around, my dad becomes the pseudo dad, right? So his gift is about fathering. So when you're sitting in your passion or your gift, sometimes we have a tendency to minimize that gift because it's so easy. It's so effortless for us to do. And so, Natalie, I'm clear to recognize that when you're in your abundance, you're dancing in that natural gift, that natural talent, that thing you do effortlessly, even if it's not for fee. Most people think their talent and their gift has to bring about money. Some of the greatest gifts are not that they don't generate money. Look at Mahatma Gandhi. Look at Mother Teresa. Look at Nelson Mandela. He was a leader long before he was president. Look at Dr. Martin Luther King. He may have had a revenue stream, but it wasn't about the civil rights movement. That wasn't his revenue stream, right? And so look at the people who've had the greatest impact on the planet. Their gift wasn't something that was their job.
Right, exactly. Right, so we know that abundant people think differently to regular people. And I think that most of us are trying to overcome, you know, that thought, that voice in our head that sometimes sounds like logic. It can be very sneaky. But so how do we move and shift our thoughts from these default, you know, negative thoughts that are our past programming to something that's more of an abundant mindset?
First, understand that the brain is designed to protect you. The brain is designed to walk cautiously. It's designed to pull in every old memory you've ever had that was remotely like this new thing you're thinking that might bring you harm, and your brain is designed to protect you. Your brain isn't designed to inspire you. It's designed to be logical. Your passion is designed to inspire you. Your human spirit is designed to empower you. Your intuition is designed to pull you forward. And so, yeah, calculate the logic, but don't allow logic to sit you and have you be paralyzed by analyzing something. Don't have paralysis of the analysis. Allow your passion to pull you. You will need to take risk. You will need to jump off the ledge. See, if you don't ever give yourself permission to fail, because that's what the brain is trying to prevent. It's trying to prevent failure. But let me tell you something about failure. Failure feeds your future. Failure feeds your future. And if you don't give yourself permission to fail, you won't ever fail. But you also won't ever fly. Because if you don't give yourself permission to fail, Natalie, you won't ever take a leap off the ledge because you don't want to fall. Well, you won't fall, but you also won't ever truly fly. And some of us lean on the edge of the ledge and we feel the wind on our face and we think we took a leap. You didn't take a leap. You're just at the edge of the ledge. And here's what I know. We don't want to get to the end of our days, Natalie. We don't want to sit back and have lived a full life at 90, at 110 years old and say, man, I only played at 70%. I only gave them 70%, and the other 30 I was too afraid to leap. I know what you and I and every person listening to our voices today, I know we all want to say, I leaped, and I spread my wings, and I flew. I fell a little bit. I got a little nervous. I hit the ground. I got up. I put a Band-Aid on, or I soared. Whichever one, we want to know we left the ledge.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me about the book. And you know, like I said, it's not just the book. There's like a whole package that comes with this, because what you're really doing is creating a movement.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you get it. I am completely. We've been working before the book just came out like just a few days ago, right? But we've been working in the book for weeks, for months, because it is a movement. So the movement is about disrupting the understanding of abundance. And we already have disrupted. I've done some radio shows where the host started with, wait a minute, Lisa, I cannot believe you were saying, and I'm okay with that, disrupting the old notion that abundance is for some people over there for a chosen few. We're disrupting the notion that abundance is outside of ourselves and that it's something we have to go chase. We have to look at television, look at people's houses, and look at their lifestyles of the rich and famous, that abundance is only for some people. So that's a part of the movement, that abundance is for everyone. And we have ambassadors all over the world already who are called Abundance Now ambassadors. They've been trained to do what's called purpose parties. It's so cool, Natalie. And so they're hosting purpose parties all over the world, Abundance Now ambassadors, where they're teaching the 360 abundant experience and how do we begin to have abundance in our lives. And we've added on, I'm gonna look at my notes just to make sure I give you all the gifts. So when you go to abundancenownonline.com, again, that's abundancenownonline.com, you get this whole host of tools that, like you were talking about. You get a newsletter to stay connected, stay inspired, and continue to manifest your abundant life. You get the New Definition of Abundance audio course. And these are all just added gifts that I want to give you just to really cement you inside the conversation, inside the experience, inside the action. You get the audio course on an MP3. You also get the Abundant Life visualization, where when you listen to it, I just have you step into an abundant life through a guided visualization that I'll do. And then what's super cool is that when you go there and you choose to get the book, you can join me for free. And it's the first time in the history I've ever done this. I'm a businesswoman, but I want you to join me for free. We get belly to belly, soul to soul, heart to heart, arm to arm, link arm in arm, and for a full day, we literally study and deep dive into creating an abundant life. You get to go there to abundancenownonline.com, click on Abundant Now Live, and join me for free. Free in Costa Mesa, California, and in Atlanta. And I will be excited to really step into the journey of your transformation with you and help ideally stimulate some things, disrupt some things.
Absolutely. And that's the cool thing about what Lisa is doing here is you're not just getting the book, but you're getting connected to a community and you're getting to connect with her live in person if you make it to one of those live events. Yeah. So Lisa, I'm so grateful that you got to spend some time with us today, and I'm so glad to be able to help spread the news about this whole movement and the book and everything. You do such amazing work, and I'm so grateful for you and everything that you do and how you show up. You're amazing.
Thank you, sis. Well, I'm a reflection of you. You've been about this work for many, many years. You're a stand for it. You're an advocate for it. You're a teacher. You're a coach. I love the light that you bring to the planet. I love the generosity that you share the awareness with. And when you and I dance together, which is how we tend to spend our time. Yes. So I just got to tell you, we don't spend the majority of our time across a conference table. We have spent more time dancing together and celebrating an abundant life than we have doing anything else. And I love how out of that can come these kind of conversations. So I'm excited for your tribe to allow me to love on them, to inspire you, to coach you, to ignite your fire, to be your sister in the journey, and to create a holistic, abundant life. And in closing, the last thing I want to say is abundance is a holistic experience. It's an experience that the people around you feel just because you're in their presence. It's something that you're generous with. You don't keep abundance to yourself. It's something that you allow to flow from your overflow when you filled up. So I'm excited to see you serve from your overflow and to play and to be a part of that. I'm grateful for you, sis.
Thank you, beautiful. Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, now guys, I encourage you to share this video. You can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. Click on the banner to the side if you're watching this online, or underneath if you're watching it on the app. So you can go straight through to Lisa's site, get your hands on the book and join that community. And leave your email if you haven't done so already so we can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.